I just took a loss from gold. I closed some trades on gold, and the one left trade that was running, I took a loss from it just now. The market was too volatile. In a way, it disobeyed the setup in a lower time frame and respected the higher time frame. So just watch the analysis. I'll break down what really happened. Forex will kill you. Right now,
I took this video exactly right after the movement just occurred, before I even decided to shoot for episode 2.
Just right now, let me just show you. Look, do you see what? Do you see what it did? Damn it. Look at this. Damn it. But I'll break down the market and look. That's crazy.
Hello to you behind the screen. I go by the name of iPod Official Trader, and I'm most preferably on only 2 social media platforms, Instagram and also TikTok, with the very same name. Now, welcome to Gold Series episode 2. Now, we're going to break down, in this episode actually, we're going to break down what happened on the previous analysis, and we're analyzing for what's going on currently, you understand? So, we did actually have, let me just explain this. So, gold actually did go in our direction. We actually took some trades, and we closed about like 90% of our trades when it hit our first take profit, and then we only left one trade running, and at the end it went against us because there were news. Actually, there was an event at 14:15 that I was not aware of. I thought maybe it was going to be at 14:30. Only my mistake was I didn't check the economic calendar that it was 14:15 instead. Right now, in this episode, I'm quite glad that I actually kind of did justice in terms of like explaining what actually happened and what's the anticipation, what should I have done, and what's so forth. And I'm hoping you're gonna learn from that. Now you can take a look at the first setup. Like, look at this. Currently, just look at this. Now this is the first setup from the previous episode. You can go and watch it, and just to get to know why we actually took the buys, right? Now this was the process where I actually went out. You see, when it was exactly at this level, I took 90% of my trades and left one. Now look at how it went against us at the end. But now when I went to lower time frames and also higher time frames, in the lower time frames I had 5 characteristics which gave me let me not explain too much. You just watch and I'll explain further along the lines of this episode, understand? But yeah, and you'll get the setup of the current gold. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. And currently today I'm not even wearing an XM t-shirt, but make sure to not forget to click the link in the description to open a live trading account, fund it, show us proof, send us that proof on WhatsApp, and then we're going to add you to the free trading group.
Now let's look at gold, right? What will I do firstly? I'll just take a screenshot of this. Perfect. So now let's look at how actually gold did. Sorry about that. I wanted to remove this. Beautiful. So as we expected gold to actually shoot up, and our expectation was for it to actually come and retest this in a this is how do I put this is like in a short time frame, or in a smaller time frame to be exact, right? But there was something that I actually must have missed, so I'm just gonna break out. So look, from where it is, I will just do something like this. Wait, look at this. Yes, I want this other one. Remember, on the first episode, I did mention that the first take profit would have been this, right? And we look at how when it was approaching this, I went out. I'll just show you a screenshot right now. You see, I took those trades and I closed when it was around here, but I went out like 90% of my trades and I only left one, and when it was dropping it took me out. But now this comes to, I want to explain what happened and what should I have done. Network, perfect. I want to explain what happened, what should I have done when it was like this, right? So for my students, they know that already there was something that I saw, which were 5 characteristics which would have allowed me to use this. I'll just remove this. So there are 5 characteristics that I actually should have actually highlighted, or they're actually visible, which allowed me to use my fib. So when I use my fib, I use it from point of reference to exit, right? So from point of reference to exit, we look at how price did. So we look at how price did, look at what it did. It touched the 61.8 level. So with fib, it will always touch the 61.8 level because of 5 characteristics which will allow you to put the fib. So there are those 5 characteristics, but just know that I'll just give you 2 characteristics. So with the first 2 characteristics, you need to have a high, you need to have a low and a high for you to use the fib. So but there are 3 more that are missing, which I can't disclose on this channel. But otherwise, for those who are in like the mentorship, they know that there are 5 characteristics that we do highlight for us to actually use the fib. But now I'm just gonna highlight the 2 main basic ones, which are not as full, but just know that the 61.8 level will always be respected. So look, the price moved from point of reference to exactly 61.8 level. But what would have been the second confirmation if, let's say, maybe I didn't know how to use the fib, right? So now this is a smaller time frame, right? I can go to like a higher time frame now, 1 hour, because remember, as I always preach, higher time frames are always more respected, right? So when I get to a higher time frame, right, look, in a higher time frame I get an OB. Look at the OB in a higher time frame. Look, this is the FVG. Let me go back. Look, this is the FVG. No. This is the FVG. What? Where did I get the so this is the FVG that I got in a 30 minutes time frame, right? And now look at this FVG. Since well, it's in a 30 minutes time frame, I go to like 1 hour. So exactly where the FVG is, it's inside an order block. You see? So when an FVG or when an FVG is within an order block, that turns out to be a very strong key level. So when an FVG and an OB. So when an FVG is within an order block, that on its own turns out to be a very strong key level to 10. So in this instance, the current one, we see that already mostly with an order block, it's not about filling the whole order block, but even if it's halfway, like 50% of the order block, that's where you can start taking yourselves. Or like, so like, how do I explain this? Like, with an FVG, if the FVG is within an order block, the high chances of that order block being filled is less. You understand? The high chances of that order block being of that FVG being filled are less. But otherwise, you just need to know that with an order block, the most preferable levels are when you actually take trades within like 50% when it reaches like 50% of that order block, right? But now, one another thing is, now we look at how it is. So to highlight on the OB, right? So I'm just gonna remove everything. I remove everything to highlight the current one. So this is the order block, right? So I'm just gonna use this to highlight 1:1. Yes. So I'll just highlight 1:1, right? 1:1 of this order block, just to see where price would have actually retested. 1:1. Somewhere like 1:1 is something like this. So look at exactly, it retested that higher time frame. So now this validates to say that it's very important to always focus on a higher time frame. Lower time frames to refine orders. So we see that when we went to a lower time frame, it told us that our entry was somewhere around this levels, whereas in a higher time frame it tells us that this is a perfect entry to take. So what I'll tell you is, my advice is, if already in a higher time frame you have like something like an entry of such kind, and you see another confirmation of an entry above, rather take the early entry and keep your stop loss right above the other entry that you are highlighting. Meaning that if you were gonna take the sales, let's say maybe I caught this one, right? You would have actually put your stop loss right above the thing, and you would have still went out and wanted to exit where there's an FVG. It's either you exit where the FVG start or when it fills it. But due to spreads on different brokers, my advice is for you to actually exit exactly when it start or when it's in. Then that's where you can actually exit, right? But we look at how this FVG was completely filled, but we also look at what then there's an OB. Look at what the OB did to that OB. Look at what price did to that OB. I'm just gonna do it like this. So look, there was an FVG, and it went and tapped in there. It went in and tapped in an order block. So I'll also create like a 1:1 just to see what actually happened with this OB. 1:1. 1:1. So this 1:2. Somewhere like this. So look at what happened. Exactly, almost 50% of that OB gets retested. Plunks straight away. You understand? And my anticipation right now is of that. Since there's like a perfect retest, so I'm just gonna keep this FVG right about here and remove this unnecessary thing, and remove this, right? After I remove that, what do? I go back straight to that 1 minute, because you remember this FVG. Now this FVG is not filled, right? This one is not filled. This one is partially filled. I need to highlight on that part. It's partially filled, so it needs to be filled completely. It needs to be filled. So I'll also do it like this. I can still do the same thing with this one again. I can do something like this and just keep it like 1:1 as well. I can do 1:1. Is it exactly? Yeah, exactly 1:1. I need 1:1. 1:1. 1:1. Hey, ideally good. Perfect. Now I can do this, or I can keep like a horizontal line just for safety purposes. Can put my line right about there, and just to make the screen look beautiful, you know. So now this is the FVG, right? So my expectation will be that gold will still have to go up here, and then it will start dropping, you understand? So that's my anticipation for gold. Still it needs to do that, no, that's my anticipation for now. So this FVG needs to fully be filled, because we see this one was completely filled, another block was tapped in. I think in a way they say it has to be mitigated, and then now this will become a perfect entry, because now this is a perfect, if I go straight to 1 minute, so in 1 minute I will definitely tell you, I will show you the perfect opportunity. See, there was another order block in 1 minute, you understand? So let me just use this, you know, let me just use this so that I can remove this unnecessary things, you know. So right now we see that there was an OB here in a lower time frame, so I'll just highlight the OB there, you know. Yes. So you can see that from this OB on its own, this becomes a perfect entry. So exactly right about, why am I using this one now? Here, you know, probably this is 50% of the OB, you understand? So that on its own, it becomes an entry. So that's about like 3 or 4 pips, and then still, you know, anticipation is for it to exactly go up until right up until here. So you still see that we are still anticipating a long buy, you know, a long buy. So the anticipation is that price might actually do this. I just lost about like 10k here. So price might do something of this nature, you know, and I'm just anticipating, guys. That's my anticipation. I'm just anticipating for it to do something of that nature, you know. But otherwise, the anticipation is for it to shoot up until that, so I can now go back to higher time frames to say that now price will do as like that, you know. Yeah, that's my anticipation on gold, for gold to actually pick up exactly where it is, you know. So that is what I'm anticipating on gold currently. So what I will say is, let's see how this is episode 2. So most definitely from this one we will see how price will actually be reacting, you understand? Let's just wait and see how gold will be performing. Tomorrow is NFP. We hope to do best on this one. So for now, let me go and execute some trades on this one, and just to see how this one plays out. But otherwise, this was a clean one. But I hope you understand now. You know, in a way. Okay. There is something. There is definitely something. So the first take profit would be here. Let me just be like, for the very same, right? For the very same. Why am I using this? So what is going on? So it is for the very same. So that will either be our first, right? I know, that will be our second TP, right? That will be our second TP. That will be our second TP. This will be our first TP right now, right? And that will be our last TP. So this will be our last TP, but then this will be like our first. Let me just try and push it something like this, just to see the difference there. You see, this will be our last TP, and then if price actually just shoots up from where it is right now, then our first TP will be exactly here. But most reasonable, it will be exactly right about here. This because this is a smaller time frame. If it just shoots up until there, but if it creates a new low, I think if it creates a new low, then we can start focusing on. But let me just go to 1 minute. I even forgot to play some good music there. Let me just play my music, because without the music. So this was tapped in, right? So now I need to look at what's going on right about this. So already here I don't see anything beautiful. The only thing that's beautiful there, there's nothing beautiful. Literally there's nothing beautiful here. So I don't see price actually dropping anymore. So the least thing you can do is putting your stop loss right below here. Why will you put your stop loss right exactly below that level? So you put your stop loss right below this level. Why? I will tell you this now. Okay, let me do this. Why are you putting your stop loss right below that? Why? For so that I'm telling you, so that, because we can never be gurus in terms of like analyzing, right? But we can be good in terms of like being spot on in terms of like momentum. So you're only putting stop loss right below, so that if price decides to come and create a new low, then it will come, create a new high, and then it will come for a retest, and then it will still continue in the same movement. So meaning it will still be coming to create something like this, and then if it creates something like this, if it creates a new low and it starts doing that, then that's when I would say now there are 5 characteristics. Then I'll do this, and then my exit will literally be this one, meaning if it creates a new low, still the same, I'll stay still the same for the very same entry, same stop losses, then the exit will be this one. Only when if it creates a new low, you understand? So I'm hoping on that one I am clear. So let me just delete the unnecessary parts, but I hope on that one I am clear and it will be understood. But look at what it's doing already, guys. And let me just open some few trades this side, let me open some few trades, Hey, it's okay. That's what they used to say. They said it's okay. Perfect. Right now I just opened some few trades, and let it run, and let's see the outcome of this breed, see where it goes. Understand? So I personally just entered right about here, so because I'm still talking a lot, so let me just keep it like this just for safety purposes, safety purposes. So otherwise, this is my anticipation. If it starts shooting, then I'll exit here, but if it creates a new low, then I will focus on exiting right about here. But otherwise, that's episode 2 of gold. And oh, okay, because another confirmation we get is from this one. So let me just show you the previous analysis I had of a long-term sell, right? Because in the VIP group, before I started this what do you call it? Before I started this series, we ate from this sell. I remember I even shared this sell from TikTok on TikTok live. So we see what actually happened. We see it did as we said, and it hit our first take profit. Went for even our second take profit only up, because when it was here I saw that it was supposed to go up. That's when you saw me starting this that's when I started this gold series, and we took that buy only to, like, I took 90% of my trades when I was here, and only one trade only took me out to the downside, because I forgot about this whole bigger structure that I had here, so it respected each and every low and each and every high as usual. So each and every high and each and every low in the market will always be respected in terms of rejection. So that's what happened, and now that's what it did. So the expectation is for it to go. So this is the goal that we are currently going to talk about. So most definitely also the main focus was also because of DXY. So from here I'm also expecting DXY to actually drop, understand? So I'm actually expecting DXY to drop for it to give gold some momentum to actually go up as well, you understand? So but otherwise, that is the analysis for gold. So I'm just gonna quickly just do something like this. Quickly do something like this, of this nature, and just this is 15 minutes, right? Yeah, this is 15 minutes. So yeah, I think 15 minutes is enough. Should I go to 5 minutes? 5 minutes is just too exaggeration. So I'll just take a screenshot of it. And yeah, guys, I'm hoping you learned something. And yeah, I personally can't complain, guys. So I personally cannot complain. So I'm hoping you guys did learn something. So I'll just first take profit. I'll put my second here, and then my third right about there. So yeah, let's see how gold performs from here, and then we shall see how it goes. Otherwise, yeah, we out.